sixth graders. We are looking at lesson 4 in our chapter on the Earth, Moon, and Sun, and that's going to be phases and eclipses. Just getting open here to my planet diary. All right, so it's a blog written by Nicole from Bernards Bay, New York. She says, one night my mom, dad, and I were coming home from eating dinner. When we got out of the car, we saw that the moon was turning red. We looked at the moon for a while. Then our neighbor called and said that it was a lunar eclipse. It was an amazing sight. So I don't know about you, I have never seen a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse. Maybe you have, but I've definitely seen pictures and they're pretty cool. So let's get started. 2 key questions: what causes the moon's phases? What are eclipses? So we have phases is one of the different apparent shapes of the moon as seen from Earth. The changing relative positions of the moon, Earth, and Sun cause the phases of the moon. That's going to be on your assignment as a true-false question, as is this. About 29.5 days after the last new moon, a new moon occurs again. So here we have the start, a new moon, then a waxing crescent, then the first quarter, which is a half moon, then the waxing gibbous, so everything that's as it's starting to grow is waxing. Then we have a full moon, and then as it's going away, we have waning. So we have a waning gibbous, third quarter, which is another half moon, but the opposite half, waning crescent, and then we start over again with a new moon. So eclipse is the partial or total blocking of one object in space by another. A solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes directly between Earth and the sun, blocking sunlight from Earth. The moon's shadow then hits Earth. So just again, a solar eclipse is the blocking of sunlight to Earth that occurs when the moon is directly between the sun and Earth. An umbra is the darkest part of a shadow. The penumbra is the part of a shadow surrounding the darkest part. Then you can also have a total solar eclipse or a partial solar eclipse. So with a total solar eclipse, only the people within the umbra experience the total solar eclipse. During a total solar eclipse, the sky grows as dark at night. As night, the air gets cool and the sky becomes an eerie color. We'll see a picture in a couple minutes. Partial is less dark than the umbra in the penumbra, where part of the sun is visible from Earth. What about a lunar eclipse? It's the blocking of sunlight to the moon that occurs when Earth is directly between the sun and the moon. During a lunar eclipse, Earth blocks sunlight from reaching the moon. Lunar eclipses occur only when there is a full moon because the moon is closest to Earth's shadow at that time. This is also a true-false question. So again, you have a total lunar eclipse and a partial. A total is when the moon is in Earth's umbra. You see a total lunar eclipse. It can be seen from anywhere on Earth that the moon is visible. Partial is most of the lunar eclipses we see. The moon passes partly into the umbra of Earth's shadow. The edge appears blurry, but you can watch it pass for 2 to 3 hours. So here we have a total solar eclipse. You can just see the sun kind of peeking out from behind the moon. Here you can see half the sun with the moon passing over parts of it. Here you have a total lunar eclipse. This is what the moon would look like. So it's very like blood red kind of colored. And then here just part of the moon is covered. So our vocab, some of these will be on your assignment as matching. So phases, one of the different apparent shapes of the moon as seen from Earth. Eclipse, the partial or total blocking of one object in space by another. Solar eclipse is the blocking of sunlight to Earth that occurs when the moon is directly between the sun and Earth. Umbra, the darkest part of a shadow. Penumbra, the part of a shadow surrounding the darkest part. Lunar eclipse, the blocking of sunlight to the moon that occurs when Earth is directly between the sun and the moon. So your assignment is to complete the Edmodo questions for lesson 4. I kind of gave you some hints as to what would be on there. Please let me know if you have any questions and have a great day.